pimp, a raunchy bimp. I'm a saturated satyr who's thinner because he's fatter. I'm a roly-poly Romeo renowned with rotundity, a corpulent Casanova famed of his fecundity. I know some women want their men to be thin, but how do you please a girl without the extra chin? I don't know much about salad, but I know at least I like my girls to be undressed, and I don't know much about running races, but I make it a rule never to come first. Well, whether I'm hungry or whether I'm horny, I've got a permanent appetite. My penis is already a rib of her pleasure, with several layers of cellulite. So that was LMD 4-3. They're attracted to me gravitationally, and that's what you call a gravitational pull. There's more holes in my tummy than a piece of origami. I'm the only man who hasn't will give you an orgasm. I have to go to special stores to get my clothes and columns fitted, but don't worry, diabetes isn't sexually transmitted. Even so, I'm pretty sure. Even so, I'm not sure to use a condom when I'm loving, because I don't want to put a bun in that kind of oven. When it's steamy in the kitchen, in the bedroom, it gets steamier. I always have supplies of lube because of my bulimia. And morbid obesity is what a girl prefers. She wants a real man who has breasts that are slightly bigger than her. Thank you. I cast the net pretty wide. There is actually one girl that I actually really like quite a lot. But I'll give you a bit of background. I'm actually, despite the song, I'm actually an athlete. No, wait. I'm a member of CUGSDC, which is the Cambridge University Jewish Society Dance Club. We've only won one match, it was against Wolfson, but never mind. It's all in the past. But there's this one guy on our team, on our squad, who is just a legend among the Jewish Society Dance Club community. His dance nickname is The Jew, which may not seem that impressive to you, but we all really wanted it, and he got it. Mine is Slim, if anyone was wondering, and I didn't choose it. Anyway, he is this wonderful fellow, and he had a girlfriend, and I wanted to what's the word? Go out with her. But I don't know much about the relationships between men and women. Etiquette dictates apparently you have to have one at a time, one boyfriend at a time. So I had to break them up, obviously. How better? With my trusty ukulele. I wrote a comedy song. The song is called Break Up With Him. I hope you enjoy it. Your boyfriend is a bloody saint. His conversation's witty and his manners are quaint. His slightest touch would make a heterosexual faint. He'd never rape, but if he did, there'd be no complaint. Cause he's a diamond geezer, he's as cool as a freezer. So how can I compete with fucking Father Teresa? He's got tons of knowledge and a 6-inch tongue in his head. He works very hard, he does his best work in bed. And I know you want to stay with him till one of you's dead, but I think that you should break up with him instead. So he volunteers in a soup kitchen once a week, well, so could I. I just haven't managed to find the time. And he always, without fail, holds open the door for a lady, but in certain parts of the Middle East, that's actually a crime. And he's rash and he's sensitive and his smile is infectious, but those are all symptoms of syphilis. Look it up. And his medical research may soon cure AIDS, but don't you want to know how come he knows so much about AIDS in the first place? He says he supports gay marriage, but he would never do it himself, so homophobic and hypocritical. He was on the England teams for both maths and debating. Actually, I have to admit, that's pretty cool. And the time he stopped that mother of 3 from committing suicide. What a meddlesome twat. And I asked him if he would cheat on you with a member of an ethnic minority. He said, no, how racist is that? And he had mastered the violin at the tender age of 8. Or to put it another way, he's a kiddie fiddler. And he's a passionate vegetarian, and he doesn't drink or smoke. But those things are equally true about Gandhi, who, if you remember, went bald. And moreover was eventually assassinated by a Hindu nationalist. So, something to think about that. Well, he's the shit, but that makes you a fart. Because farts go out with shits. So break up with him so you and I can finally be friends with benefits. Thank you very much.
Hello. My name is Jez. I was in Newcastle recently. Newcastle, so good they named it. I was in Newcastle at a bus stop, and these two Geordies came up to me, and these Geordies were what I would consider typical Geordies. That they were very big, very muscly, very scary, don't get me wrong. They're very friendly, but with Geordies, it's a friendliness which is always tinged with a hint of massive physical violence. Anyway, these Geordies came up to me and they started speaking to me, and I don't like to talk to strangers, much less at a bus stop. You know, on a blind date, I'll talk to a stranger. At a party, I'll talk to a stranger. During the Blitz, I'll talk to a stranger. Even at charity mugger, bus stops and charity muggers, I don't talk to strangers. So these Geordies came up to me, and we started having an awkward conversation, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, this girl appeared. And I should tell you about this girl. Number one, she was very beautiful. Number two, she had what can only be described as enormo boobs. And she sort of waddled up to us and handed us a flyer and said, "Come to my indie night, it's 2 for 1, and then wobbled off again. And this Geordie bloke turned to his friend and said, "When she said 2 for 1, were you thinking what I was thinking?" And his mate said, "No." "I was thinking she's got really big tits." So a perfect conversation between two men. I mean, lads say the weirdest thing. This time last Monday, I was in a gig in Nottingham, and I was in the toilet, and these two lads walked in, and they went for a wee, and the first one said to his friend, he said, "Oh, after this, we're going to Walkabout. Do you fancy coming down?" And his friend said, "Do I look like I'm dressed for Walkabout?" I mean, I'll be honest with you, Cambridge, he was definitely dressed for Walkabout. It was strangely insightful for a man with a tattoo of a beer, however. Lads say weird things. I used to live above a working man's pub, and one night I was woken up at about 3 in the morning by these two bloody lads falling out of the pub. They'd obviously been in the pub, drinking all the beers in the land, having a disco in the past. They fell out, and suddenly one of them collapsed, the other one shouted for help. It was the most sensational shout for help I've ever heard in my entire life. And I'm going to look into, have we got any lads in the audience? I'm going to look for a lad. I can see a lad right here. He's smiling. He's a lad. Look at this lad. What's your name, sir? Akram.
I'm known as Aslan.
Oh, is that? Oh, you're Aslan. I couldn't see. Oh, you're a killer, mate. Look at you. You're a lad. You don't have to join in. I mean, we can all agree that Aslan's a lad. He's not normally at a comedy night, on a night like this. Normally down the bloody pub, mate. Aslan, I'll tell you about Aslan, right? He's a killer. He goes up to the bar and he'll order like 10 pints of beer, right? Or as he likes to call them, shots, right? And he'll just take them down, bang, 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 still not even drunk, mate, right? And then he's going out having a disco. He's with his best mates. So imagine you're out there, you've had your 10 shots, all the beers in the land even. You're having a disco, you go out to the street, your mate collapses. What would you do?
Help him.
Help him?
Walk off.
Walk off?
I don't know.
All right.
What would you have me do?
You know what, Aslan? I don't know anymore. I've forgotten where I was going this. So help him walk away. Okay. So that is a normal thing would be to help him or walk away if you're John Terry. Slamsies. And this is what I heard at about 3 o'clock